disappearing into a character.
From John Travolta's transformation into Edna Turnblad in Hairspray to Christian Bale's dramatic weight gain for Vice, today on Collider, we're exploring 5 of the most jaw-dropping character transformations. Colin Ferrell, the Penguin. Who would have thought Al Capone and actual penguins would inspire the look of the Penguin? But that's exactly what happened. Mike Marino, the prosthetics mastermind behind Colin Farrell's jaw-dropping transformation, spilled the beans to Collider.
Big alpha penguins with, eyebrows that were sticking up and angled in this very specific way. So I kind of layered and combined all this imagery.
When the first images of Ferrell as Oswald Cobblepot hit the internet, fans were zooming in and squinting in disbelief. Ferrell spent 3 hours a day in the makeup chair to become completely unrecognizable. Prosthetics, makeup, and meticulous artistry turned one of Hollywood's most familiar faces into the gritty, menacing Penguin. Ferrell shared on Live with Kelly and Mark just how intense the process was.
Coffee'd go on, I'd have a shave, sit in the chair, clock would start, 3 hours.
But it paid off. His deep dive into the character has made this version of the Penguin unforgettable. As he told Collider, Ferrell knows Cobblepot inside out.
And what makes him as violent and as grotesque and as tender and as loving and as fearful and as bold as he is and as psychopathic by the end.
And it shows. This isn't just another Penguin. It's the Penguin, and Ferrell's commitment lets fans fully lose themselves in the role without ever seeing the actor beneath.
Hey, that one makes me fun.
Ariana Grande. Wicked. Transformations aren't always physical. Sometimes the mental and vocal shifts are the toughest challenges for an actor. That's exactly what Ariana Grande faced when she stepped into the role of Glinda in Wicked. No prosthetics, no latex. Her transformation was about redefining herself on every level to become Glinda the Good. Ariana shared with People that preparing for the audition itself was a grueling process.
I've always loved musicals more than anything.
For 6 months, she trained rigorously, taking daily acting lessons to capture Glinda's charm and voice lessons to reshape how she sang. Known for her breathy, sultry pop vocals and signature melismas, Ariana had to strip back everything that made her famous and adopt a completely different singing style. She worked extensively to develop a clear, bell-like tone, with precise enunciation and controlled vibrato, qualities more in line with Glinda's classical soprano sound. I had to completely erase pop star Ari, Ariana revealed to Variety. This wasn't just about hitting high notes. It meant retraining her vocal cords to prioritize the purity and lightness associated with Glinda's songs, leaving behind the ornamentation and stylistic flourishes typical in pop music. She had to adjust her breathing techniques, vocal placement, and even her phrasing to match the demands of musical theater. Beyond the vocal transformation, Ariana had to reshape her mindset and persona. Glinda's optimism and bubbly personality required Ariana to step out of her comfort zone and fully embrace a character who is dramatically different from her own public image. It was about becoming someone entirely new, Ariana admitted, describing the process as both challenging and freeing. Her dedication shows just how far she was willing to go to bring Glinda to life. A total reinvention of her voice, her performance style, and even her sense of self. It's a testament to her commitment to the role and the intense demands of becoming a Broadway icon.
Can I call you Elfie?
Johnny Depp, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Who can forget Johnny Depp's whimsical transformation into the eccentric Willy Wonka? Depp was famously meticulous about crafting his version of the character, adding his own unique spin to make this Wonka stand out. While much of the character's look was inspired by Quentin Blake's original illustrations, Depp had strong opinions on how Willy Wonka should appear on screen. One of the boldest choices was the sleek, iconic bob hairstyle, a sharp departure from the wild curls of Gene Wilder's portrayal in the 1971 classic. But Depp didn't stop at the visuals. He famously revealed on The Ellen DeGeneres Show that he imagined what George Bush would be like incredibly stoned to shape the character's bizarre mannerisms and speech patterns.
I have to keep it warm in here because my workers are used to an extremely hot climate.
This surprising source of inspiration resulted in a Wonka who was at once unsettling, unpredictable, and strangely endearing, a perfect match for the surreal world of Tim Burton's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Depp's commitment to the role extended beyond haircuts and quirky expressions. He meticulously developed Wonka's voice, settling on a high-pitched, slightly nasally tone that added to the character's oddness.
Good morning, Starshine.
He also worked closely with costume designers to ensure every detail, from the top hat to the purple velvet coat, enhanced the character's whimsical yet controlled chaos.
I never expected to have so much in common.
John Travolta, Hairspray. Next up is the mind-blowing transformation of John Travolta in Hairspray.
Maybe we should get you an agent.
Going from John Travolta to Edna Turnblad was a big challenge, according to details provided by New Line Cinema. It all began with several of Travolta's head casts. These were modified for the molds used to create the many latex attachments that transform John into Edna. And that is just for the face. Travolta wore a full bodysuit that gave him the body of the voluptuous Edna Turnblad. Not only that, he had to work in several different full bodysuits during the movie, each one created to fit the scene it was used for, from walking to dancing. The bodysuits had to look natural to turn Travolta into a convincing, full-figured woman for the role, which was not an easy task to achieve when working with an actor with such a distinct masculinity. According to New Line Cinema, the full physical transformation took months to create, and the makeup application took 5 hours. That was just the beginning. Next was the mental transformation, which required John to become the persona of Edna. His manliness had to be tossed out and replaced by a very feminine demeanor, from the way he spoke to the way he walked. Even something as small as the movement of his hand needed to resonate the aura of Edna Turnblad, not John Travolta. The transformation from John to Edna was complete. Fans of Hairspray will agree. They don't see a man pretending to be a woman. They see the remarkable Edna Turnblad living her best life.
And I came down from that cloud real quickly.
Christian Bale, Vice. Next on the list is a transformation that no one expected to see. The emergence of Christian Bale transformed into the former Vice President of the United States, Dick Cheney. Bale has played characters that required extreme weight loss or bulking up, but turning the then 44-year-old Bale into a 60-year-old Dick Cheney was a remarkable transformation that had moviegoers awestruck.
It takes the dawn down or not.
Even Bale himself said in an interview with GQ that when the role of Dick Cheney was brought to him, he questioned whether the director, Adam McKay, was high.
What? Adam? Are you high?
Despite that, Bale agreed to become Dick Cheney and gave viewers an incredible final product. While transforming into another person for a role was nothing new for Bale, becoming Dick Cheney was a different undertaking altogether that required special attention to every detail. After all, he was not taking on the role of a fictional character. In this role, he was bringing the former vice president to Hollywood. For starters, Bale had to pack on 40 extra pounds for the role. However, this was nothing out of the ordinary for him, since he previously drastically changed his weight for roles in Machinist and The Fighter. And while he told people that he ate a lot of pies to help transform for this role, there was a lot more involved in going from Christian Bale to Dick Cheney. Bale wanted to ensure the makeup was precise and made him believable as Cheney. To make this happen, he explained to GQ that he even went as far as to dye his eyebrows blonde to more fully complete his introduction as Dick Cheney. It is no secret that Bale is very meticulous as an actor and commits completely to the characters he portrays on the screen. And for Bale, this role was not different in that aspect. He had to get into the mindset of the former vice president to become several different versions of the character for Vice. The role portrayed Cheney over multiple years in his life, which required Bale to be aged several times over the course of the filming. This added a whole different level of transformation to the role. Bale had to become not just a single version of the former vice president, but he had to become this very real individual at several different points in his life.
And I will not apologize.
Making this role transformation truly unique.
For doing what needed to be done.
These role transformations unquestionably show the extremes that actors go to in order to truly immerse themselves in their roles and the commitment it takes to become another persona.